Welcome to the Behind Your Drapes podcast. I'm your host, EXPO Rich, and we're recording here live from the EXPO EXPO show floor here in Houston. And my honored guest is Panos, and he is one of our event technology partners with an amazing product called Zenus AI. And we are so excited to have you here and talking with you because, you know, we've become a fan of the product, and we're excited to roll it out to our partners and our customers. So great that we finally got to catch up and do this. So welcome.
Thank you for having me, and I hope you're enjoying the show here at EXPO EXPO.
I am. It's been a good crowd, been a good couple of days here, and so I wanted to have you on because talk a little bit more about what we've been doing together and the product, but the format of the show is that I like to talk to the people in the industry, so not just contractors or customers, but also our technology partners, because you guys are a very important part of the whole ethos that makes us what we are and leveling up what we do year over year. So we with that, I always like to know the origin. How did you originally figure out this niche, and what was the aha moment that said events need this new technology and stuff? So what kind of brought you to that?
So what we do, and we're going to get into that, essentially was we have taken a very controversial technology and made it very safe.
Okay.
And since we started the company, we want to make sure that we have a positive impact. We want to have a net positive impact.
Right.
And the events is an industry like that.
Yeah.
So it has a very net positive impact. It creates community, creates business opportunities, and we thought that this is a natural place for us to focus on and work on and offer more value.
Yeah.
So that's how.
And the way I try to explain to the customers, and I even stopped using the vernacular of cameras. I don't even say cameras anymore because the camera is like the tool. And I say, what we want to do is we want to implement a technology that's going to track how many people are coming around, what those demographics are or what those people look like, and essentially sentiment to know if you're having a positive impact or people are not having a good time.
Yep.
And it's is that something that makes sense and is valuable to you? And of course everyone says yes. So then, it gives the opportunity to talk deeper into it.
I put it in a little bit different way.
Yeah.
As we refine our pitch, as we go through the industry, we say that we are measuring the behavior and the experience of people.
There you go. Even deeper.
Well, so do you want to have a lot of people in your booth activation? You do.
Yeah.
But you also want them to stay a long time and have a meaningful engagement. So it is not just the number of people, it's the dwell time and how much time they're spending.
Yes.
Well, do you want to have a lot of people who spend a lot of time and they're unhappy? No, you also have to track the sentiment.
Right.
So we're hitting all three of them.
Yeah. And it's human emotion. It's the emotion. It's
the connection, And do you know what is one of the most important and powerful predictors of buyer intent? Positive sentiment. That's one of the most powerful predictors.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to measure it.
Yeah.
To go one step further on that, I was explaining this to my wife.
Okay.
And I was telling her, you have the marketing, the whole marketing ecosystem.
Right.
And you have the online and the offline marketing.
Right.
And we are in the offline.
Right.
Now, you go to a CFO that doesn't understand events,
right.
and you say, I can spend $10 on Google Ads and I will get 1,000 impressions.
Right.
And to get 1,000 impressions in the physical space, I will have to spend $10,000.
Right.
Why would they do that?
Right.
Now, they know intuitively, like the marketing teams, the sales teams, they know it works. I have spoken with a very big, brick and mortar company, and they told me, Panos, do you know what is our budget? I said, what is your budget? They said, $1 billion with a B. With a B. That's our annual marketing budget.
Yeah.
And we know that when we do the in-person activations and the events, we get more traffic and more sales.
Right.
When we don't, we don't. If you ask me or Sim or anybody in the company, if we spend X amount of money, what is the impact? We don't know.
Right.
Because we cannot quantify the traffic, the dwell time, the sentiment, the demographics.
Yeah. Because the online you can quantify by clicks and views.
Exactly. And that's the crazy thing. The online is cheap to reach, easy to track.
Yeah.
The in-person is expensive to deploy, hard to track, but you know it works.
Yeah.
Everybody knows because that's why we keep doing it. We're not crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's why what we do is we need to be able to quantify it. So the question usually becomes is, are you willing to spend 1%, sometimes less, of your marketing budget to make sure that 99% is fully tracked and fully optimized?
Effective, yeah. Yeah.
That's the question at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's a good way to frame it because, you know, at the end of the day, it's not a lot of money to get such information. So.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and it is funny because it's like in the beginning, you know, the whole thing was like, oh, cool, it's an AI camera, and it was like, and then it kind of had everybody take it back. Whoa, we can't. We're scared of AI. We don't want, you know, it's like. But then, like as we've transitioned and learned more about the product and the way that it's communicated, that's where we've gone as like what the tool is, and I've also found a little bit of a niche in the sponsorship ROI, because that's the other side of that is if you know, if you have an on-floor activation and you slap a company's logo on it for sponsorship, you know, it's like they definitely don't know the ROI they're getting out of like who's there, what's that, you know, unless they have somebody running around doing scans, which still doesn't tell all the other information.
So let me tell you two stories on that. I will use EXPO EXPO as an example.
Okay.
This floor plan, we redesigned it with the IAE team completely compared to last year.
Okay.
The general session is connected to the expo hall.
Right.
Last year, people had to go out, walk up the escalator, blah, blah. It's walking. People were leaving education with very high energy and sentiment, and this dies off if you have to walk too much.
Yeah.
Now it's connected. So from the attendee point of view, it's better experience, less walking. Then the food stations, the dining halls, they were like in the corners with the goal of driving traffic. But this created 3 hotspots, and all the traffic went there, and then it didn't distribute the traffic as evenly. Right now, you look around, the food stations are everywhere. There's sitting arrangements everywhere throughout the entire. So the traffic is evenly. As the attendee, no matter where I am, I have access to education, food, sponsors, exhibitors to talk to, peers.
Right.
That creates a very good experience from the attendee point of view. From the sponsor and exhibitor point of view, it creates this density, these opportunities for interactions. So that's one where you can take the layout and you can optimize it to create a better experience for everybody involved.
So you're talking about overall show floor flow connectivity. We can use the same setup, the same technology throughout the show floor.
Correct.
So as you measure it, you can see that sentiment. You can see that in the flow and the amount of people.
Correct.
So.
That's one example.
Yeah.
On the sponsorships that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So one of our clients, they have this very big, very successful show, and the sales team wanted to add sponsored activations in the aisleway where people, you know, first were being dropped off by Uber, and then you just walk to go inside. And this hall, they were struggling to sell sponsorships and activations. It was a very successful show. But the brands were saying, well, people will walk by here, but will they stop to engage? I don't want to spend 20 or 30K for that.
Right.
I would rather get a bigger space, a bigger booth.
Right.
Get a session sponsor.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah. So what the sales team was very convinced that it would work.
Right.
So what they did, the first time they worked with us, they took the risk themselves.
Okay.
And they covered the cost for 2 activations that they created.
Right.
And they used our technology to measure the ROI.
Ah, okay.
And it worked very, very well.
Yeah, because now it's a sales tool.
They took the data and they went to the same sponsors that they were on the fence. They sold 4 of them.
Yeah.
Same thing, more data, more success.
Yeah.
They had the next year 8, then 10, then 12.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'm always thinking about it as the ROI, but now it's like it's a sales tool.
It is a sales tool.
Yeah.
Do you know what was the average price for these activations? It was 25K. Times 12, that's $300,000 in revenue.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very real amount.
Yes.
Very, very significant. Nobody will say no to an extra 300K in sponsorship revenue.
Right.
And this happened because the person who makes the decision to create a sponsorship or an activation, they report to somebody.
Yeah.
If you drop 25K somewhere, somebody's going to ask, what do we get back?
Yes.
You need to have an answer.
Yeah. But if you can have that in advance of this is what this is going to bring.
Exactly.
And then you follow up the next year with the data from what they did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even in a show like a trade show.
Yeah.
Picture this. You have a new exhibitor who is saying, I want to come to the show, but I don't know, I'm not sure, we're on the fence about it.
Right.
The current approach of most sales teams is the following. In our show, we have 5,000 decision makers who registered. We have all of your competitors. You should exhibit.
Right.
True, but it's not very, very strong for somebody who might have doubts.
Right.
Now, that's one approach.
Yeah.
Compare this with another approach. If you take a booth, a 10 by 10 or a 20 by 20 booth in this location,
Right.
you will have on average 3,000 people walking by, 25% stop rate, 300 visits, 250 leads.
Yeah.
5 to 7 minutes dwell time.
Yeah.
Which one will make you more confident
Yeah.
in making the purchase decision of
Yeah.
getting the space?
Yeah, because obviously you're, with those big, broad stroke, 10,000 feet view at it, you're like, there's also a doubt of like, well, if it's someone who knows how to exhibit better than me, they're going to do, you know. So when you have true numbers of this is what our average of the booths are. Yeah.
In this exact location that you're going to beat, it's a
that's
very
true.
big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, again, you know, I'm glad we're having this conversation because like, you know, as I'm just thinking about like the after fact, you know, using these tools to enhance the following year is very powerful.
Our most successful client, they were able to sell out their expo floor within a couple of months after the show that they finished using the data.
Yeah.
Before they even opened registration, which was like a
amazing.
very, very big success for them. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and so this definitely helps us because, you know, we want to promote it to our clients and we want to, you know, but having more information as you know, how it can help them, you know, and that's the whole reason why we started up the relationship was, you know, I saw the value in it and I saw how much it can help our organizers and our exhibitors grow their business. So it was like, yeah, I definitely want to be involved with it. So
Perfect, and we very much appreciate the partnership. One last thing that we found out, and I like to share, is the following.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of tech companies as clients, big pharmaceuticals, like you name it, we deploy internationally. And we always assumed that the value is in the data. Mm-hmm. And that was a fair but incomplete, you know, thinking, thought process. The best example I have found to explain this is the following. Let's say you buy a house. You spend $500K and you buy a house somewhere. It is in a very hot zone, so it is a very good, you know, value that you got. It doesn't have doors and windows. You will have to add the doors and windows later.
Yeah.
But it was a very good deal. You spent like $300K, $400K, whatever it is, and you bought it.
Right.
Is the real estate viable? It's viable.
Right.
You have, you know, the land, the building, the structure.
Yeah. Not necessarily.
It's not usable.
Yeah.
It's not livable. You
Yeah.
can stay there, but it's viable.
Right.
The data we're collecting, it's the same thing. Very, very viable, but not usable.
Yeah.
One thing that was missing in the industry was making this extra step of making the data viable for the organizers.
Yeah.
So we end up creating a team of data analysts that they're very, very specialized in the event ecosystem, both from the sponsor, exhibitor, and organizer perspective.
Okay.
So when somebody works with us or through our partnership with you, the end result is not a dashboard that you have to go through on your own. You could access it, but that's not the end result.
Right.
We give you a report of what we observed, what worked well and you should do more, what you should improve on. Exactly, that's an executive report.
Yeah.
And that usually goes on the board of directors, on the C-level.
Absolutely.
Very easy to digest, very clear, very actionable insights that has an impact.
Oh, nice.
The moment we started doing that, that's when we saw people renewing, expanding, because you cannot expect, like the event organizers, the field marketers, they're so busy, they're doing so many things already, you cannot expect them to do that as well.
Right.
You have to help them, give them the value.
Yeah.
So we took a valuable data and we made it usable by giving that like ready to digest to the...
It almost jumped ahead because like my question was going to be, you know, what's something exciting for next year? And it sounds like, you know, having this, as you have your customers out there now having access to this, you know, that's huge.
It has made a very, very, very big difference. And the number one feedback we get from our customers and partners is, I never expected this level of detail.
Oh.
That's the number one feedback. Another feature we just added. By the way, this is the first time we announced, so that's
Nice. Next 26 news. All right.
So for programming sessions,
yeah.
we now give the ability. Let's say you have a recording from your AV team of
Right.
all of your sessions, the keynotes, and so forth.
Right.
We can analyze the audience reactions, and that's something we have been offering. We can analyze the audience reactions, and you can compare minute by minute how different demographics respond to content emotionally.
Okay.
But now we give you the ability to upload the video after the event to our platform.
Okay.
You hit play, and as the video is playing, you see the lines going up and
Very
down,
cool.
and you understand where you
Yeah.
have excitement and where the energy drops.
And if you have a speaker that wants to, you can connect with the speaker and just say, hey, everything was great, but you fell off here, and that you can help them improve their whole session too.
Correct. All right, let me tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
We have analyzed thousands, like several thousands of sessions.
Okay.
Do you know which session had the lowest score ever? It was a presentation I gave in 2023. And you know what? Initially, I had the reaction, maybe the audience was or whatever,
Yeah.
but I took the feedback, started making changes, improving, and so forth. And right now, I'm always in the high 80s.
Yeah.
It is a very, very, very valuable tool to have the ability to go and do that.
That's exciting. Well, I'll be excited to roll this podcast out so we can announce that new piece of technology. So very cool.
And we will also promote it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this today.
Thank you for having me, Rich.
We're looking forward to share this, out with our potential clients. The partnership between EXPO and Zenus. It's been great, and we just continue to grow that. And we're going to be, helping our clients do better business. So.
And that's good for everyone. That's the thing. That's good for everyone.
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.